Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an E75, it's a tier 9 German heavy tank. It's located on the south spawn of Mountain Pass and it's under the command of Marky 12. Now this battle has just started, so I'm running the replay now. And we're off. Well, the E75 is part of the Entwicklung series of heavy tanks, or of Entwicklung series of advanced tanks that the German were making, and it was their standardized tanks. This one is kind of like a development of the Tiger II, and you can probably see from the shape of the turret and the body of the tank that it's kind of like the next stage up from the Tiger II. It is a heavy tank. It's got a 128mm gun capable of 530 alpha and penetrating 246mm with standard ammo. With the premium rounds, it'll go up to 311. Now he's the only tank who's actually gone down to this corner to look out for the enemy. You can see he's sitting here using that rock for cover. He's side scraping off it and waiting for the enemy to turn up. Everyone else has headed off in other directions. He's the only one covering this pass. The enemy will probably make a quick dash through the ice road, and when they meet or see Marky 12 covering this corner, they'll probably get a bit of a shock. He's got 2 marks on the barrel, so he knows how to handle this tank very, very well indeed. He's just waiting for the enemy to turn up at the moment. And I've taken the free camera so that we can actually see it from a 3-dimensional perspective, good situational awareness view, third-person type view. He's got 3 Arty behind him, a batch at 155.58, a batch at 155.55, and an M53 M55. They haven't pushed yet on this ice road, but they will. And he'll use the rock to get cover. But it's difficult if the enemy's putting pressure and they come zipping up the road, and there's an Object 705 on the way around that corner. I've got a T95 as well, a Doom Turtle. Then he's going to need the support of the Arty behind him. There's also a Gorilla 15. He can sit behind those guys and pour the rounds in. This is going to be difficult. Not sure why he fired that one. Reload time 12.73 seconds. It is quite long. And the first target's a Gorilla. Doesn't need premium ammo for that, but he pulls back to use the bush mechanic and yep, gets his first hit for 532. The Gorilla knows there's somebody guarding this road. 705 will poke round the corner next. Arty's helping. He's marked the ground on the corner. Here comes the 705. Pulls back to use the bush mechanic. Goes in through the front plate. 479 low roll. This is where the problem comes, because that long reload, and he's been joined by Jaegeru. Oh dear, this is going to make this very dicey. Uses the bush mechanic again, goes for the lower plate, gets a hit. 507, but he's going to have to pull back. He can't get the gun depression to hit these guys in the weak spots, so he's going to have to shoot down on them if he can. Going for the roof. Yes, he gets it in. 502. The enemy Arty's turned up. And both of our Artys are firing in that direction, or 2 of them did. He's got no shot on that guy. He is getting hit by him though. 2 of his teammates have turned up. One's above and one's alongside him. In fact, actually 3 of his teammates have turned up. Jaegeru bounces one off him. It's getting a bit crowded on this corner now as the Doom Turtle comes into sight. He pulls back to use the bush mechanic and Doesn't get a pen. Trying to get the Jaeger, but he's below the gun depression. In fact, at the moment, the best thing he can do is go for the turret, the cupolas, and he gets the cupola on the T95. He's up to 2.5k damage already, and he hasn't received a single hit from the enemy that penetrated. He has been hit by the enemy, but the rounds just bounce off. There's no clear cupola on the 705. Oh, that's the first shot that hurt. Fires one into the T95, makes him a one-shot. The gorilla is somewhere in the background, and he got a hit in. It was a heat round as well. The gorilla's a one-shot now, actually. And the enemy's just the other side of the hill. They can't come up the hill, because if they do, they'll expose themselves to fire. But they can't pull back either, because if they do, that will allow these guys to put some rounds into them. Here comes the 705. No, still trying to work his way up. Yeah, he's looking. He's looking. While we're doing that, we'll have a look. We'll see when all this one of the rounds actually hit the gun. And it looks like the gorilla round actually went in through the lower plate. 705 and the T95. The T95's being targeted by Arty, I think. Or at least they've requested fire on him. Go for the cupola. You'll easily get him. Yes! Nicely done. And he bounced around from the T95. That was a 155mm round. Or I say not bounced it, he blocked it. 705's in a bit of a pickle now because he's in a weak position and everyone's coming in on him. Oh, this is bad news for the 705. He's a one-shot and the Foshby finishes him off. They've got the enemy on the run now. They've got a 2-tank advantage. They did have a 3-tank advantage, but now it's a 2-tank advantage. Now, Marky's not going to follow that horde of tanks up the ice road because he recognises that there's other threats elsewhere and he needs to apply some attention to them. There's an STB and a Leopard prototype over in the west, and ST1 over the other side of the bowl, and there was an EBR running around inside the bowl. Looks like the Arty were using the top of the hill, and now one of them's decided he's going to go along the ice road as well. Or is he going up onto the hill? No, he's going up onto that hill to fire from there. Yes, you can sometimes get better angles of fire from shooting up on top of the ground. Just got to watch out you don't drop off and fall into the water. Well, Marky's joining the M53, M55, and it looks like enemy are actually firing in on this cliff top. There's a Leopard prototype down there. Oh, one of the enemy Arties is there, and he's just been killed by the TVP T5051, and Marky's decided he's going to go down there himself. The Leopard prototype's a one-shot. The STB is a 2-shot. But with the help of the TVP, he might be able to get those guys. Oh, no, TVP's gone. The ST1 went back to defend his cap, and now he's met the Foshby and the Waffenträger. Oh, now that's interesting. The T54 on our team came up the bowl and just took out the Leopard. And here's the ST1, was it the STB, trying to make it for our cap. Took a round from the 128mm gun on the E75. Marky's side scraping on this corner, waiting for the STB1 to try and get a shot at him. Now Marky's reloaded, he can go after the guy. STB1's not so happy about this now. And the T54 comes up behind the STB1, gives Marky the opportunity to take him out with one shot to his ass, and that's potentially the high caliber. The enemy's still got 3, a GWE 100, an ST1 and an EBR 90. They managed to kill the Bosch who came up to the cap, but the Waffenträger is stopping them using the ice road. He's got T-54 for company, that's good. One tip I would give to Marky, I think he's a better player than I am actually, but the thing is, one thing I would say is when you're trying to have a quick look behind you, hold down your right hand mouse button so the gun keeps pointing straight ahead. That's where the threat's coming from. If you try to look behind you, the turret will turn so it's facing behind you if you don't hold down the right hand mouse button. He did it there. He did it right there. So obviously I'm teaching him to suck eggs, so I won't say anymore. He knows how to do it. Okay, the EBR and the ST1 are both going down the ice road and the Waffenträger's about to die. That's bad news, but it means there's a GWE100 somewhere in the cap area. So we'll get rid of the Arty and then we can kill the ST1 and the EBR. There he is, and he just tried a shot and failed. And now he's been hit by a 537, or Arty will finish him off. They'll be on him like a flash. Any second now, one of the other ones will fire in. In fact, the T-54 is going to do it. He's got him. And that means there's only two left now. The ST1, who's just fired into the T-54. He's trying to tell the T-54, hold back, let me do some damage to the ST1. Okay, ST1, have this. Kill the ST1. That means there's only one enemy left. It's the EBR. The T-54 appreciated that. He just needs to join him in the cap. Force the EBR to come back. The EBR just got wiped out by our Arty. The M53, M55 defended himself and killed the last remaining enemy, the EBR. Good game. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, it's an ace tanker for Marky 12 taken in the E75. He also got a spotter badge for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage, a shell proof for blocking more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, and a fire effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle. Best of all, he picked up a battle hero medal. He got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game overall, and considering the company he was in, that's not bad because he's tier 9 and he was in with tier 10 tanks and he was dealing more damage to them. Let's have a look at team score. There you go. He's got the highest damage in the game, 5,748 hit points of damage. The ST1, the last one he killed, 3,441. And the next one after that was, in fact, the Batchat 155.55, who got 2,646 hit points of damage. When it came to kills, it was the T-54 did the best with 4 kills, 3 kills to Marky, 3 kills to the STB1. And when it came to base XP, it was Marky, yes, 1,396 base to him. And in fact, he was the only one who's got over 1,000 base because he defended his cap from the enemy coming up the ice road. And good job that he had the presence of mind to do that, because if he hadn't, then they would have lost the game fairly quickly. 890 base went to the M53, M55, and 854 went to the Batchat 155.58 on this occasion. Marky 5, 14 rounds, got 13 direct hits and 12 penetrations, damage of 5,748 hit points, of which 532 were at more than 300 meters. He received 5 hits, only one of which actually penetrated. That was the shot from the gorilla, went in through the lower plate. It was a very well aimed shot. 4 non-penetrations and 1 hit by way of splash damage as well. Damage of 2,990 hit points blocked by armour. 2 enemy vehicles spotted, 7 enemy vehicles damaged, 3 killed, and 1,869 hit points of damage assistance, plus 26 capture points while he was in the cap. On a free-to-play account, he earned 59,358 credits, got 50,000 from personal mission payout, and after repair and ammunition resupply, even though he fired premium ammo, he still got away with 57,307 credits profit. 1396 base XP, no multipliers, so that's all the experience points he took away, but a very good game by Marky12 in the E75. As he said, it was a carry, because if he hadn't been there, if he hadn't covered that corner, the enemy would have just walked into the cap, killed all the Arty, and the game would have been over very, very quickly indeed. So good defending there by Marky12 on Mountain Pass. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, please. And thanks for watching.